Join me on a tour of the all-new Škoda Kodiaq, here the all-new generation with Tomass's fuel in 4K, full screen, full length. Let's go with the front. That still looks kinda rugged actually, and I think it's very interesting. They managed to keep up the look of the Kodiaq, although reducing the CD value from 0.33 to 0.28. So lower is definitely better, and that's a huge step. For example, this will mean better fuel economy. This color here is called bronze gold, but not bronze as in the metal, but Bronx, New York actually. And I think, yeah, at least I found some matching clothes to that, didn't I? Here the front grille, really massive, rugged style, and you can optionally get this lighting, this illumination in the middle of the grille. It runs through. The headlamp unit, optional matrix LED. You can also see it right here with this Czech craftsmanship design on the inside. And then you also get these special turning indicators, for example. Lower part, some honeycomb design, and it's very interesting that we will still offer it 5-seater or 7-seater. That's also a difference to the normal EU Tiguan, for example. So the question is it still one of the best price performance SUVs? 4.76 meters or 187 inches is the length of the all-new Škoda Kodiaq. This is actually about 6 centimeters or 2 inches longer than before. Wheelbase stays the same. And this one here is actually then around 22 centimeters or 8 inches longer than the EU Tiguan, also with a little bit more wheelbase than the Tiguan. You can see the side profile is not too drastic in the change. However, the most drastic change is here, black area, and then this silver contrast around the C-pillar. Then wheels from 17 to 20 inch. These here are the 19-inch wheels in this rather closed inlet design. Here, by the way, you can see the classic crossover wheel arches in this just plain black plastic style. However, there will also be the Sport line available once again. That one then comes with painted wheel arches in the vehicle color, also with the Sport suspension. 19-inch wheels are also standard there and so on. About suspension, by the way, in general, you have a base suspension, Sport suspension, and you can go for the DCC Pro. That is an upgraded dynamic chassis control, the adaptive suspension, like in the Passat or also in the Tiguan. And that one now works with a 2-valve system, supposed to bring you more sportiness and more comfort at the very same time. Towards the rear, a completely new tail lamp design here, really sculptural once again, and now space for a huge Škoda lettering, so no logo, but the rather big lettering there. And success for the Autogefühl fake exhaust police, because there are no fake exhausts here anymore. And in this trim here, you can see you also have the cascading turning indicator or hazard light at the rear. That looks fancy. Car key here is this high gloss black thing, same as for VW. Not my favorite one, but door closing sound. Let's check it. It's very solid. You might have heard there's this additional sound coming. That's from here, from this door sill protector. It's a very cool idea. It automatically goes in and out. We know it already from Škoda from previous generations and other vehicles. Ford is also employing that. Then inside of the doors, this new decoy element insert here, and this decoy at least, there are different ones available. It's actually quite cool. Ambient lighting integration, and then the door handle goes up to the upper part. It's also interesting. Here you can control the levers and so on. Looks like good quality. In the low part, this one here, however, is just hard pack. Here you open the rear hatch. Then the all-new interior. Once again, this very interesting decoy element. Open spoke steering design. Doesn't look too different from the normal, usual ones here now. Then you still have real buttons and lever at the steering wheel. Here for the steering wheel heating, for example, and you can control the digital instruments with that, for example. So that's also a good move. As for the seats, these ones here are the optional animal skin equipment in the high trim, but you get in loft fabric seats, in lounge microfiber seats, or also the Sport line will be available. These one then also come with microfiber, and they will have the integrated head restraint, a sportier styling. Of course, we will keep you updated with all the trims later on. But definitely in this new generation, I would expect that also the high trim comes like with a high-grade leather red or something. Steering wheel here. When I look at it, yeah, this open spoke design is something special. It's kind of unique for Škoda, definitely. Here the manual control, in and out, up and down. And headroom, still a lot left here with 189 or 6'2". The general ergonomics of the seats is good, and you have a good roundabout view and so on. There you can see this more classic design approach on the exterior goes also well with the good visibility on the interior. Interior cockpit overview, all new, looks quite fancy at first. Does remind us a little bit maybe of Land Rover, Range Rover. I'll soon also show you why. I found very interesting here that the design here, look at that, goes up here and then it goes down there and kind of like mirrors the design up and down. That's cool. So definitely looks more premium, more exclusive. The screens either starts 10-inch or the bigger one here 13-inch, and on the left side digital instruments in 10.25-inch. Soon more deals to that. You still have shifting pedals here, combustion engine version also, and the shifting lever has moved up here. This was inspired originally by the VW ID models, so here forward for drive and press right for the park, backwards like this for the reverse. Dashboard, by the way, structured and also soft touch. That's good. Yes, a proper temperature unit here, the knurling around, awesome here to control the temperature, easy, it looks pretty cool on the inside as well. When I press this one, seat heating, press another time, seat cooling, press another time, back to the temperature. And here in the middle part, that would be my favorite thing, that I can control the vent strength. And this one you can also switch, and this is definitely inspired by Land Rover or Range Rover. We had that system there before. Here you switch to the volume, then one more time. Here you can control driving modes actually, that's also interesting. And here this is then that you zoom in and out on the map. So very interesting, you can set your favorite control. But is it maybe too much functions on one button? Tell me what you think. Middle console here, slide this one open, slide this one open. Then you have some storage here underneath, 2 inductive charging pads. And I feel, and I can see like slightly, there are some cooling holes as well. Then this one here is particularly interesting, soon more to that. But let me just finish here. The cup holders, they seem to be really small actually. So just for thin bottles. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the all-new Skoda Screen Wiper. You take it out like this, and then there's an integrated sprayer. And then you can use the microfiber sides of this one and yeah, swipe all the way the screen. But you see, yeah, maybe it was a little bit too much here in the lower part. Yeah, but you see, yeah, that's how it's supposed to work. I need to practice first a little bit, but I think it's a very interesting idea, isn't it? Taking a look at the screen and the infotainment, here there's the camera view, here also with the surround camera. Then you have this main menu, and either with these screensavers, that's possible. You also have in the lower part still a hotkey to shut everything off or to activate it again. Here then either map directly, or you can also make that larger here for the whole screen. Actually looks quite decent. As for the speed, then you have the hotkeys in the lower part here for the phone connection or directly to the GPS again. And of course also Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, both available wired or wireless. Digital instruments always in this 10.25-inch, and then you can also change the view what you prefer. Now you can also get an optional head-up display. Rear doors, this one here is hard packed, but it has a structure and the easy mechanism here, the manual shade. And you can see here, that is nice. It covers really all the way, all this area. That's a good thing, and especially for kids in the back. And a nice ambient light integration, also with some more special structuring here. Also playful design detail for the door handle. And then, as for the space, that's of course even more important. When I'm driving as a tall person here, really a lot of legroom left. Here you can also see that this one here has 11 centimeters or 4 inches more wheelbase than the VW Tiguan, the EU version. The Tayron or US Tiguan will also be somewhat different. Then here the headroom, still enough. This one equipped here with the panoramic roof. You can actually even still open that one. And here in the middle part, you have this, I mean, you can also take this whole console out. So then it would be just a normal felt middle tunnel here. But you can also leave that one in place. Then you have more cup holders here actually, 2 USB-C chargers and separate climate unit next to even seat heating in the rear. Of course, that is an option. By the way, have you noticed the ambient lighting? But as soon as I open a door, it turns to red. It's like an additional warning thing or safety thing. So I think it's a very nice idea. As for the trunk or the boot, 910 liters up to 2,105. This is what the Kodiaq has always been famous for. This one here, the 5-seater version. If you would have the 7-seater, you would need to deduct about 70 liters here underneath, some more space, and also replacement tire. And here the width is about 1 meter or 40 inches here between the wheel arches, and also the length is about 1 meter or 40 inches. And then you can release the seats right here on the right side. Same also goes for the left side. And then they go like this, and you have to go around and really push them flat like this. This is like a protection lip here, or that covers this gap underneath. And then actually we can measure the full length up to the front seat. And this here is, it's actually quite substantial. It's like 119 meters or 75 inches. And then if that's not enough, then there's also the towing hook. Here, this is the release button. Then underneath, there it goes. It's semi-automatic like this. And you have to unleash it or unleash it again here and then push it back. As for engines, 1.5 TSI, mild hybrid, then the 2-liter TSI, petrol, or this one here, the 2-liter TDI. Biggest news is a plug-in hybrid with a net battery size of 20 kilowatt hours based on the 1.5 TSI. Approximately a realistic range electric, 80 kilometers or 50 miles, something like that. And also quick recharging, 11 kilowatt AC or 50 kilowatt DC. So what do you think about the all-new Skoda Kodiaq? Tell me in the comments. And now tune in to the recently released VW Tiguan, the sister model.